What's up, everybody? I'm Terzel Ron.
And I'm Y.Lii, the Southern kid with the city swag.
We got a lot of hot topics for you guys today.
On this week's episode of In the Mix. All right, here is our first segment, MX News in a Flash.
In a flash, and to start it off, we have the one and only Tekashi 6ix9ine back at it again with his antics. He is mad that his song did not hit the Billboard Top 100 at the #1 spot, and he has some beef with Ariana Grande of all people about that. So that's just a crazy situation right there.
Man, listen, Tekashi, bro, just be glad you got your ass out of jail, okay? At the very least. And be glad that you're able to put music out.
Of
I don't
course.
even know why you're trying to pick a fight with Ariana Grande just because you're not #1.
Come on now.
Who you really need to be seeing about that #1 spot is Nicki Minaj.
But we're not gonna talk about that, man.
We're not gonna talk about it. Now we're gonna move it on and talk about Drizzy Drake, the Dark Lane demo tapes, all tracks, every single one.
All.
Right now is on the Billboard Hot 100. Drake.
You talking about hot?
Hot.
Drake is at the top of his game right now.
Top of his game, man.
Speaking of somebody else who is actually at the top of their game, Tekashi 6ix9ine, his donation of $200,000 to No Kids Left Behind was actually declined. They don't want that money.
They don't want your money.
That's insane. And then Tekashi 6ix9ine, his baby mama Sarah Molina, is in a video with Rich the Kid, taking trolling to new heights. And Rich the Kid has proven that two can play at that game. So let's see how that shapes up.
Speaking of baby mamas on the rise, Future. Yeah, your baby mama's in the news right
Baby
now.
mama.
She came out with the paternity test. And we hate to let you know, Future, you are
The father. You don't want to hear that, Future, because that is baby and baby mama #8 for Future.
Listen, you know what? I do want to. I would enjoy having a lot of kids, but after 4 or 5, like it's time to.
You know what it is though? I don't think rappers understand how much baby mama drama can actually eat up your money, because what I was reading was the paternity suit that Future's new baby mama is trying to file against him will cost him $53,000 a month. Now multiply that by 8 baby mamas per month.
Yikes.
Multiply that by 12 months in the year. Look how much money you are losing. Now I know why Future puts out so much music. It's for these kids.
Listen,
Damn.
Sierra, CC.
It's just too much.
Right now is a good time, Sierra, to lift your hands and just give thanks and praise to God, because you got out of that situation with only a few scrapes and burns.
Sierra, get Russell to pray for you because you need him. Drake.
Yeah.
Drake.
Yeah.
Drake has named his top 5 rappers of all time. Now, nobody asked for this list, but we obviously have been waiting to hear it for a long time, ever since Drake entered the game, because he's at the top of the game. Who does he have at the peak of all time? And Drake named the usual suspects, you know, Lil Wayne, Notorious Big, you know, Jay-Z, but then he dropped in somebody that nobody ever heard of.
And who was that?
Young Tony. Who is Young Tony? Now, Drake mentioned Andre 3000, of course, one of the greatest rappers of all time, but when he threw in this Young Tony character, people did not know who it was, and so they took to Twitter, of course, for the answers. Now, Young Tony is also known as OVO Hush. So he is part of the OVO camp, and he is a Toronto artist, and he is long time rumored to be the ghostwriter for some of Drake's biggest hits.
Ooh.
So this Young Tony character is very well known by Drake, but not the masses. And I wonder why he's called OVO Hush.
OVO Hush. Think
Maybe it's
about
because he's
that.
a ghostwriter.
Oh, look at you, bro. Digging up the dirt. Let's
Gotta
keep
dig.
it moving. Let's talk about Boosie Baddies.
Boosie. Oh my God, the worst voice in hip hop.
Boosie, man. You know what? The Attorney General is after Boosie because of his child support or lack of paying child support. I guess he spent so much money on paying for strippers to give his son head that he forgot to pay his child support. We're going to talk a little bit more about that a little bit later, because I got a whole lot to say about it, but let's keep it moving, bro.
There's a lot to say about Boosie a little later, but to move it on, Rolling Loud is finally issuing some refunds for people who have bought tickets amidst this coronavirus pandemic, and they will be giving back some refunds to people within 30 days. So that is a great light cloud, you know, in the midst of all the dark clouds around, you know, with the coronavirus pandemic. We want people to get their money back. If they can't go to the event, then why are you paying for the event in the first place?
Exactly. I
Give
mean,
them their money back.
Corona has shut down so much, and the festivals and the concerts. I mean, at this point, everybody should have been issued a refund by now.
Some type of refund.
Okay, and moving on, let's talk about Cardi B. Cardi B's album has been halted. The next album has been halted because, allegedly, of a few negotiations that need to happen over at Atlantic. Not sure exactly what's going on there. I have seen a lot of clips on Instagram of Cardi B in the studio, so we do know for a fact there is music that is in preparation. She's working. But one thing I want to point out is how someone in an interview asked her a couple of weeks ago, I think about 2 weeks ago, they were asking her what did she think about Megan Thee Stallion and why she wasn't putting out any music. Cardi B simply explained, right now it's Megan's time.
Man, shout out to her for that, because that's a woman of honesty right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'd love to see it.
Love to see it. And that's all we got for MiX News in the Flash.
Now it's time for In the Ring, where we talk about celebrity beefs and battles and clapbacks and all the beefs that happen in celebrity culture. To start it off, we have Dwayne Wade versus Lil Boosie. What?
Oh, Dwayne Wade versus Lil Boosie. Listen, everyone's trying to compare the situations. Dwayne Wade and his child, and Boosie Badass and his child.
Yep.
These are no way, shape, form a comparison. No kind of way can you compare someone who wants to identify themselves as anything within the LGBTQ community and someone who simply just wishes for their child to be sexually active to prevent them from being a member of the LGBTQ. You know what I'm saying?
And what we are referring to is on Instagram, Boosie referred to his son getting a sexual act from a grown woman. His 12-year-old son, let me just rephrase that, got a sexual act from a grown woman. And Boosie just talked about it like it was nothing.
Like it was nothing.
He just breezed past it. This is child molestation at its finest. This is rape. This is something that should not even happen. And Boosie is the same person that commented on Dwayne Wade's son and said that Dwayne Wade's son was going against the laws of nature and all that because he identified himself as a woman. How is that comparable? Why does that even go together?
Listen, Boosie, to me, honestly, it's a lot underlying. If you look at it, it's a lot of underlying things that people have perceived to be there. The hate, the energy that he has towards the situation. Even speaking on Dwayne Wade's child and speaking on transgender children, period, because transgender children do exist, regardless if you see them in your neighborhoods or not. They do exist, okay?
Absolutely.
And Boosie was on social media in Planet Fitness while in between a workout, talking about Dwayne Wade's child, and he was banned from Planet Fitness because of his comments. So, you know.
For me, it sounds like an issue that Boosie has in regards to the fear that he has of his child being gay or a member of the LGBT community. But we're gonna go into that a little bit later.
Yeah, we are.
Man, up next is a battle that shouldn't even be happening, to be honest. But, you know, it's ridiculous how people are talking about it. So we're gonna get into it right now because this is what we do. This is Keyshia Cole versus Mary J. Blige. This is Mary J. Blige. This is like the greatest R&B singer.
I'm trying to figure out why in the world, you know, there are people out there who's saying this should be a versus series. Listen, do y'all seriously think that Keyshia Cole's catalog can stand a chance?
And we love Keyshia.
Yeah, we do.
We love Keyshia. You know what I'm saying?
Keyshia, all right.
But this is Mary J. Blige.
Mary J. Blige. Listen, like I just don't get it. And Keyshia Cole was actually on Hollywood Unlocked over there talking to Jason Lee about the fact that Mary J. Blige still does not want to record a song with her.
Sounds like there's some actual beef. Let's show the clip.
Last time, I was so happy Mary even let me open up for her at a show that she had in Miami. And I've been asking Mary for years and years to work, you know, do a record because the fans want to hear it. And
I want to hear it.
I mean, it would have been amazing to do something like that, you know, at the height of my career and, you know, at the height of her career and things like that. That would have been super amazing, I felt like. But I asked her this last time and she said, you know, I don't know. And I was just like,
Oh, this is that good shit right here.
Real love. So, Mary J. Blige, Keyshia Cole, Mary J. Blige, Keyshia Cole.
You know
Mary
what?
J.
You know
Blige.
what? Respect to both of these queens, legends, and respect to Keyshia too. But Mary is the GOAT.
I'm telling you, Mary is
the greatest of all time.
Although it did take a long time for black folks to forgive her for making that Burger King commercial.
It's all good.
Crispy chicken, fresh lettuce, 3 cheeses.
I'm about to cry.
Seeing her. Listen, now that I'm about to cry. That was a song that, you know what I'm saying, when we got our relationships in high school, that definitely was a song. Every girl was trying to sing that part.
Oh, and that riff was what did it. That song would not be the same without that part right there, man.
Yeah, man. Between these two, honestly, my weight is going to go with Mary J. Blige.
We got to go with Mary J.
We got to go with Mary J.
Got to go with Mary J.
Listen, Keyshia will give you about 5 to 10 more years, and then.
Maybe. Now, moving on to another battle that really shouldn't be happening because it's an uneven playing field. We got Trina versus Kaia.
First, you gotta put your back into it.
Don't stop, just do it. First of all, this ain't 2002, so I don't even know where Kaia came from the shadows, just to come right back and start some smoke. I don't know what's going on, but for me, it's like Kaia had one song. Correct me if I'm wrong, okay?
All right, I got you.
I believe that Kaia had one song which makes the city girls look like nuns. This song is called My Neck, My Back. It's the dirtiest song of all time.
It's one of the dirty songs. Kaia had a few other hits that people like to hear in the club.
Right.
But none of them were actually Billboard worthy.
Yeah, Kaia and Billboard, you don't think about those two in the same sentence. You know what I'm saying?
Oil and
but
water.
Trina, on the other hand, is a certified rap legend.
Yeah.
Like, we love Trina. Trina is like, she a legend.
Like the baddest.
I don't even know why, she entertained the conversation. And maybe we should talk about that as well, because people of a certain ilk should not even be entertaining conversations from people that they know and everybody knows is below them.
It goes back to the whole rap beef situation, thinking about how Lil' Kim responded to Nicki Minaj or, anything else like that. People who have been to certain points and certain heights in their careers, it just seems to us on this side, from us looking from the outside in, we would think that we wouldn't approach or say anything. But then again, you got to look at the fact of, some of these comments and this hate and this drama come during a time where a lot of these people who were considered legends, they still want their careers to be at a certain height. So sometimes that might be the reason why they actually do respond. But I don't think Trina needed that though. I mean, she's been doing good, loving hip hop. She hasn't really dropped any music lately. I think the last thing that she did drop was with Nicki Minaj, and then we were waiting on the visual that never happened.
We love Trina, so let's just see how that battle takes place.
Let's just see.
Now, time for a battle that's a little more equal in terms of the playing field. We got a hot one right here. This is Natalie versus Ludacris. Luda, this is a tough one right here, man.
It would be tough to decide, but you know what? I think these two will be one of the most entertaining comparisons, the most entertaining verses of all time. Considering, it's the kind of, not really north, but Midwest-ish, St. Louis.
Same region and same time period.
Versus, Luda from the South. Those two. Let's just first talk about Nelly and all his hits.
We're gonna be here forever.
Hot in here.
We got Hot in Here. We got Dilemma. I mean,
Dilemma with Kelly Rowland.
Drop
down and get your legal on, girl. And then when we talked about last week, we talked about Air Force One song.
The Air Force One song. I feel like you have to take certain things into consideration for different artists. For Nelly, you do have to take into consideration what he meant for fashion and for style. I mean, Nelly had people rocking Band-Aids on their face.
Yeah, Band-Aids on their face. Band-Aids and bandanas at the same damn time.
At the same time.
But let's talk about Luda, though. I think Luda went the extra mile with what he did sonically on his tracks.
You see, with Luda, what you have to mention is the music videos. When you incorporate the music videos into what Luda did with the music, you got a whole different conversation, because music videos are very important to hip hop. It's not hip hop without the music video, and Luda's one of the GOATs. For music videos.
Yeah, when it comes to that, Luda has put so much creativity and not only his rhymes, but the creativity in his video.
Man, I mean, that's a really tough battle, man. But
I don't know.
But also if you count the features, I feel like it's also a different conversation. Because Ludacris, are we gonna count All I Do Is Win? Are we gonna count huge songs like that? You know.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So hey, we just have to watch and see. All right, this right here is our music honors, where we honor those musicians, music producers, anyone who we deem worthy in the music category.
Yeah.
Let's talk about today, Neo.
Neo, oh my God. You know, I had to go on a Neo binge this week because I just had to remember all the hits that he has brought to us, and it's just like, it's a never-ending list, man. You talk about like So Sick. You talk about like the songs that he's written for other people. He's written Take a Bow for Rihanna. He's written Let Me Love You for Mario. Like he's written
Irreplaceable for Beyonce.
Like, it's just too many to count. That's just what he has written for other people. But then you talk about what he has made for himself, the songs, the hits that he has made for himself, the transition from R&B to pop, and the way that he combined those two genres and still made it applicable to each one. What's your favorite Neo song?
I would say my top three. We're talking top threes. I definitely would say Stay. Which was his first single ever. Yeah. Why don't you just stay with me? That one. I would say Lazy Love, because I definitely got that Lazy Love. Come up with me for one session. I guarantee you will see. And then When You Mad, look so damn sexy. When You're Mad. That is, like, he helped out so many dudes, when they in the doghouse with that girl. I'm telling you, like that's a song that is reflective of one of those type of moments.
Man, Neo, let's just we just want to give you the flowers that you deserve while you're here. For me, it's of course So Sick. Is it just one of those songs that you play every 5 seconds? Miss Independent. I mean, it's just so many, bro. It's like, and they're all good songs. It's like, it's not just a hit. Some hits are just hits, and they're just like. Like they don't have any content. No, these are substance records and hits at the same time. So shout out to you, Neo.
Shout out to you, Neo. And definitely we got to give props to him about what he did for the culture as far as fashion is concerned.
Oh, absolutely.
Bringing the element of the gentleman, the fedora, wide brim hats, button down shirts. People don't give Neo a lot of credit for what he has contributed to the music industry.
Changed the entire swag of some black man, made it like classy fashion, and that was the cool thing to do.
Yes, sir. Shout out to you, Neo. We take our hats off to you. It's some crazy stuff going on in the world, man. And as we said earlier, we're going to talk more about the Boosie badass situation with his son, and also his comments recently on Dwayne Wade dealing with his daughter, Zaya. Now, recently we have heard in reports that Boosie Badass has officially admitted to paying for women, that is grown women over the age of 18, I'm sure well over the age of 21, hell, even 25, to perform sexual acts on his son. Now, there have been comments on social media where people in the community, the black community to be specific, have agreed with Boosie's actions. And one thing that Boosie has said that he did this to prevent his son from being gay. I just got one question for you, Boosie. What is it exactly that you have besides the LGBT community, except for the simple fact that you don't want to be part of it? Like, what is it exactly about the community that irks you? What is it about the community that gets up underneath your skin? What is it about Dwayne Wade and his child that you have nothing to do with that bothers you? Does it bother you because he has a level of commitment to his child and you still have a child that you have yet to pay child support for? Does it bother you that Dwayne Wade is able to love his child, Zaya, beyond anything? He doesn't have any prerequisites or anything that requires the child to do before him to actually love his child. Boosie, what's going on? And to the black community, I want to say, how in the world can you uplift someone who supports pedophilia over someone who supports their child identifying as transgender? To me, honestly, it's sick. I'm really confused about this whole entire thing. And let me speak specifically to black women right now. You should want more for yourselves, and you should also want more for other black women in the community as well. Even your daughters. Would you want your daughters to be treated in the same respect? And I guarantee you, if Boosie had a daughter, he would not be having no grown man laying up with his daughter just to prevent her from being gay. Ain't it funny how the tables turn? And that's my thought.
Now for the next solo topic, we're gonna talk about Will Smith and Joyner Lucas. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the song that Joyner Lucas dropped featuring Will Smith. What? Yes, Joyner Lucas has a song with the one and only Will Smith, the Fresh Prince himself. And on the remix to the song, Will is actually rapping. Yeah, you heard that correctly. The Fresh Prince is rapping again. And on the original track, Will, this was on the ADHD album that Joyner Lucas dropped back in March. But on the original track, he's paying homage to a lot of the iconic movie roles that Will Smith has taken part in, which is Men in Black, you know, Pursuit of Happiness. The list goes on. And of course, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now, Will makes a cameo in that video at the end. And it's sort of like a surprise, like, oh, whoa, Will Smith is actually in the video. But on the remix to the song, we didn't expect Will to actually be dropping some bars. And personally, as a fan of rap and of music in general, it was a great thing to see one of the GOATs come back of, you know, entertainment and come back and just drop a verse. Now, on the track, Will is talking about grown man bars. Like he said, I got me a queen, started a family, started a team. You know, I'm on top of my dreams. It's just really good to see this kind of rap. I feel like it's like rap that people of a certain age group can enjoy, but also the younger demographic can enjoy as well and understand what the real legends are talking about. So big shout out to Will on that track. I loved it. Hopefully we could see more Fresh Prince music in the future.
This right here is what we like to call fresh off the press. Let's talk about all the new music releases that have happened in the past week. First up, we have Sammy.
Yup.
Yes, sir. Sammy is back again with Rome Timmy. He has put out another hit, man. I'm glad Sammy has maintained some longevity in his career. Kind of off and on, but at least he's still able to come back.
Absolutely. We love to see it. You know, long careers. Like, you know, give us the hits now, give us the hits then. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it's just about the music. So definitely want to see that. Future, mask on, mask off. Future has a new album, High Off Life. This album went gold in 30 minutes. I don't even know how that's even possible.
I don't know either,
but
man.
Future got it like that, and you know, that's just crazy right there.
Yeah, the album originally was supposed to be called Life is Good.
But and you know, he dropped a single with Drake called Life is Good. He was supposed to name the album that. I guess he wanted to change it. He even has some bars about Lori Harvey on that album.
Lori.
So shout out to Future.
Harvey.
Man, no comment on my end, but I'm gonna just give it to you on that. Shout out to you, Future. We see you, big dog. And you know, to wrap it up, Pop Smoke is gonna be dropping his posthumous album on June 12th. Now, this is executive produced by 50 Cent. We love to see it. Pop Smoke has so many hits, and bro, man, honestly, like it's about time. We definitely want to hear new Pop Smoke music.
Yeah, I just. It's so unfortunate that he's no longer with us. I really feel like his career would have been just soaring by now, man. Rest in peace, Pop Smoke, but we're so glad that your music lives forever.
John Legend is dropping a new album, Bigger Love, that's coming soon. Man, I love new John Legend music. Like, he's one of those artists that he'll give you the hits, and then he'll give you like some smooth R&B jams that you don't even see coming. It's like goes under. It's like, man, John Legend is fire, so definitely looking forward to that album.
Absolutely. Up next, we have Nicki Minaj and A$AP Ferg. So allegedly they have been working on some music. There have been some teasers that have come out. There is no release date for the music, but I'm glad to see Nicki Minaj is finally getting back in her bag. But we've only been seeing features from Nicki. I would like to see a solo single come soon that will chart. Hopefully she can get another #1. Congratulations to Nicki Minaj for receiving her #1 last year with Doja Cat.
Absolutely.
But sis, we want you to get one on your own.
And we know you can do it, Nicki. Come on.
We know you can do it, all right? I feel like Moment for Life should have been it. I know we talked about that earlier.
Moment for Life.
Hell, even if you think about Super Bass.
Starships. I mean, Nicki had a whole catalog that could have been #1. I'm really surprised it wasn't #1. But Nicki, we know you can do it.
We know you can do it, girl. Just do it. Yo, thank you so much for joining us once again today. This was episode 8 of In the Mix.
Wow, episode 8, man. Already we going through this season, holding you guys down for the coronavirus pandemic. Thank you so much for tuning in right now, and this is In the Mix.